Hi, this is Miss Rossi, and in today's Science at Home, we're going to do the Starburst rock cycle. Even though I said Starburst, we are not eating any of these because this is a science lab. You will need 12 Starbursts, the more colors the better, a paper plate, scissors, and wax paper. The wax paper really is just to keep your hands not as sticky. You'll also need to use a microwave. Just a quick safety note before we begin. Scissors are a tool, they are not a toy. Watch where your fingers are at all times when using the scissors. Do not cut yourself. The very first thing you'll do is open up your Starburst. You'll start with 3 and create rock sediment with your scissors. You'll want to cut your piece into about 3 columns, and then make each of those about 3 pieces. So that way you'll have about 9 pieces total from each Starburst. I'm going to take the pieces from my 3 candies and I am going to loosely compact them together to make a conglomerate rock. So right now, all of these individual pieces are called sediment. But when I loosely compact them together, I will make a conglomerate rock. Just like this. Now make another one exactly like that with 3 more candies. Now I'm going to take just 2 pieces aside and I'm going to let them be my rock sediment just to help me build a better model later. I'm going to make another conglomerate rock in the same process I did before, and use heat and pressure to form another rock. So at this point, I have 2 pieces of rock sediment and 2 conglomerate rocks and 6 more Starbursts. Next, I'm going to create my sedimentary rock. I'll make a specific type of rock. I'll make a sandstone rock. So I'm going to take 3 different Starbursts and I'm going to cut them into small pieces, but this time I want to make sure that the different colors stay in separate piles and I don't mix them up. Now what you'll do is you'll take 1 pile of rocks and you are just warming it up with my hands. And we are going to put it inside the wax paper. And then we are going to press down as hard as we can. Now take another color and put it on top. This is why it was important to keep your colors separated. And now put the wax paper on top and press down as hard as you can. And of course, repeat for your 3rd and final color. So this is part of our rock, but the secret really is cutting inside the middle of your rock. So that way we can see the bands of color. So that is our sedimentary sandstone rock. Now let's make a metamorphic rock. we will use 3 more pieces of Starburst and we'll cut them into the sediments just like we've been doing. To make a metamorphic rock, you are going to gather up all of the pieces and you are going to knead them into a ball. So we want to swirl them together, but you still want to be able to see the colors. So we're not going for the texture of a conglomerate rock. It's going to be more marbleized. And smooth. So you can see the difference between a conglomerate and a metamorphic rock. So now we have some rock sediments, a conglomerate rock, a sedimentary rock, and a metamorphic rock. So now let's take a rock through the rock cycle to create an igneous rock. So conglomerate rock can move all the way through the rock cycle and become igneous. So let's do that. So let's take our conglomerate rock and let's knead it with heat and pressure to make a metamorphic rock. So you can see that through heat and pressure, we can actually change a rock. Now this is where you need your parents. Now you have all the stages of the rock cycle. So can you create a model now of the rock cycle? You might want to keep it on the paper plate. You can draw some arrows. Otherwise, you might be able to chip it off of the paper plate or use your scissors to cut around it and create your model. So remember, we have rock sediment, conglomerate, igneous, sedimentary sandstone, and metamorphic rocks.